The ending of the most famous cliffhanger in Star Trek, The Next Generation, was enhanced in the premiere of Star Trek, Strange New Worlds Season 3. Hegemony Part 2 is a thrilling conclusion to Strange New Worlds' Gorn two-parter, which was directed by Chris Fisher and written by Davey Perez based on a scenario by Perez and Henry Alonso Myers. As the USS Enterprise stood alone against a Gorn armada at the end of Season 2 of Star Trek, Strange New Worlds, Captain Pike was faced with an almost insurmountable decision. Several of Pike's crew had been taken prisoner by the Gorn, but Starfleet ordered the Enterprise to retreat. As he stood in front of a Borg cube at the conclusion of Season 3 of Star Trek, The Next Generation, Jonathan Frakes' character, Commander William Riker, was faced with an unthinkable decision. Knowing that his friend and commander would be killed, Riker had to give the order for the USS Enterprise D to fire at the cube after Commander Jean-Luc Picard, Patrick Stewart, was absorbed by the Borg. In the first episode of Season 3 of Star Trek, Strange New Worlds, Captain Pike turns to his crew for assistance in coming up with a plan to fight the Gorn and save his people. Each member of the crew on the bridge contributes their thoughts, and through a combination of research and creativity, they devise a strategy to put the Gorn into an early sleep. The Gorn was essentially put to sleep by Pike and his team, just like Captain Picard and his crew on the USS Enterprise D did with the Borg in The Best of Both Worlds Part 2. Following his release from the Borg cube, Picard was able to utter the word, sleep, which Lieutenant Commander Data, Brent Spiner, appropriately understood as a strategy. Following the shocking cliffhanger at the conclusion of The Best of Both Worlds Part 1, even the writers of Star Trek, The Next Generation, were unsure of the story's conclusion. In the end, Data had little issue putting the Borg to sleep after hearing Picard's suggestion, even though their method was ingenious. There are many more moving components and several perilous near misses in Star Trek, Strange New Worlds' strategy to put the Gorn into slumber. In order to cause the Gorn to go into slumber, future Enterprise Chief Engineer Lieutenant Montgomery Scott, Martin Quinn, conceals the ship from the Gorn sensors. In the end, there are many similarities between the Gorn two-parter from Star Trek, Strange New Worlds Seasons 2 and 3 and The Best of Both Worlds from Star Trek, The Next Generation. In both tales, the Enterprise is dreadfully outgunned by formidable extraterrestrial enemies who pose a threat to the United Federation of Planets. Both, The Best of Both Worlds Part 1 and Hegemony Part 1, concluded with the Enterprise's captains looking down at enemy ships and knowing that a poor decision would result in a catastrophic loss. It was uncertain how Captain Pike and Commander Riker would escape their individual problems when the words, "To be continued," appeared on the screen. Enterprise crew members battle to flee hostile ships in both Star Trek two-parters, and they both deal with serious health problems brought on by alien illnesses or implants. In order to treat the Gorn eggs that are developing within Captain Marie Battelle, Melanie Scrofano, Nurse Christine Chappell, Jess Bush, does emergency surgery. Strange New Worlds' Hegemony is essentially their response to TNG's Best of Both Worlds. Best of Both Worlds might give its two-parter a better first part, but Hegemony makes the landing more successfully. Nevertheless, Hegemony sets the stage for what promises to be an exciting season of Star Trek, Strange New Worlds, and both episodes brilliantly highlight the Enterprise and her amazing crew. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.